Right, YouTube's Big Mike without further ado retro. It's been a little while. Here's what the pickups we've had over the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Cheers. Right, we haven't done a pickups video for a while, really, because I haven't been doing any pickups. We've been basically going through our stuff that I've got. As you know, I've got a lot of doubles and trebles and things. Funds have been a little bit tight recently, so what I've been doing is getting my doubles and trebles, cleaning them, testing them, and listing them on eBay. So that's why we haven't been doing any pickups, so we need to get back in the black and out of the red, so to speak. So yeah, just everything here is stuff that I've ordered probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, that have finally arrived after a little while. So yeah, it's nothing too exciting, just a little few things. Right, let's start with let's have a look what we've got. So right, we'll start with some CDs that I've bought, which are the AGA Experience Volume 2. I believe this was possibly a cover disc at some point. Always interested in things like this. I've got a feeling it's like the demos and public domain and stuff. So, but I think I picked this up for like £2 or something. Like I say, not been spending crazy. Trying not to spend at all, really. Trying to get some money back up. So, yeah, that's AGA Experience Volume 2. The next one is Amiga format cover disc. I believe this was between £2 and £4 again. Play Doom on the Amiga, so that'd be interesting to do. Extra levels and things. So, just I've got a feeling you do need some sort of upgrade though. Looking at here, so I didn't notice that before. But picking this up for between £2 and £4, it's worth a look, isn't it? You know. So this is probably the last pickup that I done before I stopped doing pickups. I think is Zool on the CD32. I think I managed to pick this up for £9.99 plus postage, which is pretty good for this. This all goes for between £10 and £20 upwards. So to get it for just over £10 is pretty good nowadays. As for most of the retro stuff, everything seems to be going a little bit through the roof. Right. This one here, I wanted this because I had it back in the day. Probably the most expensive Spectrum tape game I've bought, which is Saint Dragon. I had this back in the day. It's a very good conversion on the Spectrum. Fantastic. Oh, that's upside down. I have to sort that out. But yeah, very, very good. I mean, there's the Spectrum version there. But it plays very, very close to the Amiga. I've never seen this in the arcades, but I played it on the Amiga. I played it on the Spectrum. Played it on MAME. It's a great game. I think it's Jellico originally, isn't it? And then released by Jelco. Let's have a look. What does it say on the thing? That doesn't say on here. But yeah, it's a great game. Plays very, very well on Spectrum. Probably one of the better shooters on Spectrum. Probably similar to R-Type, maybe a bit better than R-Type. You play a dragon. You can use your tail as shielding. So you sort of curl your tail around and you use that to deflect bullets and things. Very, very good game. It's by Storm, or it's a Storm release. As you know, I like Storm. I've collected most of their Amiga stuff. I'd like to actually do Rodlands on the Spectrum, which I've never seen before, so I wouldn't mind trying to get hold of that. But Saint Dragon, I had this back in the day. I was very impressed with it back in the day. I now have it on Amiga and Spectrum. I managed to sell the ST version actually, which was had a bit of a nightmare with that one. I posted the Saint Dragon. A gentleman ordered it from me. He was a doctor, actually, Doctor something, his name, and posted it. About a week later, it arrived at my house. so I took it out to post. I said, "I think you've sent this to me." He sent it to the return address rather than the actual address I put on there. So yeah, so I had to repost that. I upgraded the guys, saying it was only like 50p because they agreed to post it again. And yeah, so that was sent. Right, some Amiga pickups now, which is a game called Fuzzball. This is off of a lady seller that I've bought off of. Like I say, I've had this for about 3 or 4 weeks, but you know, there's so little stuff to show you that it wasn't worth doing a pickups vid really. But this is supposed to be a very good System 3 game. I think it's a puzzle game. So I think I paid about £10 for this about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe longer. So like I said, I didn't really have enough stuff to show you, so I didn't feel it warranted a video. So I'm starting to do a few more like Spectrum videos, the arcade things and things like that, you know, because a lot of my time is being taken up by you know, this cleaning, listing and testing eBay stuff. Right, another game we have here is, I'm pretty sure I haven't showed you this, is Mercs. I've got a feeling I paid just over £5 for this, which is ridiculous. I think it's actually quite a good game as well. It's sort of, it's that Spectrum version there. Look at that, it looks pretty cool for Spectrum. Yeah, it's I believe it's sort of like a commando style, run to the top, run from the bottom to the top of the screen, shooting, killing, and basically trying to win the war. You know, you've got bosses as well there. You see it's like a plane that you've got a boss. So it's pretty cool Mercs. It was sort of, you know, very sort of similar to the game Warzone. But I think Warzone's a bit better, to be honest. Even though Warzone, I believe, is only a home release. This was an arcade release, so that's Mercs. So that's pretty cool. I think I've got that on the Mega Drive as well. So that's that one. I'm not sure. I possibly may have showed you this one. I'm not sure. So it's Naughty Ones, and I think I picked this up for about £5 or £6, maybe £7. I've had this, you know, 3 or 4 weeks again. Just a sort of cool little. I think it's like almost like a sort of bubble style type game, little platformer, but cheap, cheerful. You know, independent release, by Interactive Vision, name of precision. So yeah, it's just a cool little cheap game. You can get this on CD32 as well. So I thought it looked pretty cool for like £5 to £7. It was worth having. And like I say, I've had that for 3 or 4 weeks. And another one I've got here is, if I can get it, and try not to knock the camera. Which is Deluxe Paint 2. I now have all of the Deluxe Paint. Sorry, keep tripping over me words. Yeah, this is Deluxe Paint 2. It's complete with discs and manual. That picture to me is so iconic on the Amiga. That picture there says Amiga to me. Yeah, I generally had back in the day, I had Deluxe Paint 3. Well, I've now got 2, 3 and 4. Just missing the original Deluxe Paint, because I don't think there's any Deluxe Paints after that. So, little sub-collection, Deluxe Paints. So, yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to sort of get them all. I mean, this was about between £5 and £7, you know, it wasn't even a tenner. So, you know, like I say, I've had this for a little while, but so just let the stuff come through the post that was outstanding, and you know, get it all and make a video at the end once we've got sort of enough stuff. I mean, it's going to be a pretty short video. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Well, I could talk the hind lens off a donkey me anyway. So another one I've been waiting for. It's about a month and a half. I've been waiting for this to come through from China, which is 369. In one. Oh, blooming hell. It's jumping away. So, 369 in one, which is on the Game Boy Advance. And I would, a little bit disappointed with this one. It's mainly Nintendo games, Nintendo 8-bit games. So, I would say, go for one of the other compilation. You know, I like collecting the multi-carts. I've got quite a few. I was going to do a video on that actually. I've got a little collection of original Game Boy multi-carts. Got quite a few of them. Not with the boxes, just the carts on their own. But you know, you can get them boxed as well. So, but this is mainly Nintendo releases, which I was a little bit disappointed with. I was hoping it was going to be SP releases, Game Boy SP releases, I was wondering how they got 369 on a cartridge, to be honest. But yeah, there is a couple of SP releases on there. You got Mario Kart on there, a couple of others, but mainly it's Nintendo, which Nintendo 8-bit releases or NES releases. You do have the what's it called? The scrolling fighting game that I was quite interested in, which I believe is the Nintendo version. I'm not sure if it's the SP version. I can't think of it. What it's called? It's called River City Ransom, isn't it? Is on there, but I think it's the NES version. On this cart, there are a lot of them that are the sprite changes, and so a lot of the games are listed 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I wouldn't highly recommend this. It cost me about £10, and it was it's okay. If you took it away and you lost it, you wouldn't really miss it. So it's okay for that. You could take it away, play a few games on it, and if you lost the cartridge, you wouldn't really miss it. It wouldn't cost you a lot to pick up again. Since cleaning, testing, and going through my stuff, I found a few of my Amiga games haven't worked. One of the annoying ones, which was really sort of really annoyed with, was Myth Big Box. The original first disc would when I've got like I say, the floppy disk cleaner, which is, if I show you, I've shown you this in another video, but that's a template. You put your floppy disk inside of that. If I show you, right, yeah, I've got the floppy disk cleaner here. So if the screen seems a bit shaky, I'm sort of knocking the camera slightly. What you have here is you have the template, which if you're interested in these, you can get them at floppydiskcleaner.co.uk. I'd advise getting them. Quite expensive, about £15 for this, I think. Maybe £15 plus postage, but well worth it. And what you do is, if I show you, you put the disc in, then it holds the disc open there on the template. So, and then you have this this here that you basically insert into said. So you put this in there, and all being well, you should twist this. This is a broken disc here. So what should happen is you rotate this. That rotates. You use a anti-static cloth. You put a bit of cleaner on it, hold it, and obviously twist it, and you clean the disc as you go. So, but what happens with this disc, which is a broken disc, which I have, and another disc, I've got 3 of these discs, Lotus Esprit, so this is a broken one, is actually when you rotate the central part here, the actual disc doesn't move round. So hence the disc doesn't work, so it doesn't function properly. So a bit annoyed with that. So like I say, luckily I've got 3 of these. So I have 2 boxes and three discs. So what I intend to do is this. I'm going to open this up, and I was chatting to Cine Steve about it. He's had the same sort of problem with a couple of discs. And yeah, he reckons it may be crimped on to the actual, the tape disc, the tape material disc will be crimped onto the metal. So I thought about maybe trying to glue it back on. Steve said no, it'd probably be crimped. So interesting, just to open one, see how they sort of function, how it's attached to each other. I doubt I'll fix them, but like I say, yeah. What the problem? The annoying thing was I had Myth, and 2 of the discs had done exactly the same thing. So I was like, really gutted. Got the box. 2 of the discs don't work. I did notice on Retro Pixels, she had one of the budget releases on there, but it was still a little bit more than I wanted to pay just to replace some discs. So I thought, well, the discs are bound to come up at some point. It's easier to replace the disc. There was another full, nicely better condition than mine, box version for £30 on eBay at the time, plus postage. I was like, I'd like to get that, but I'm not spending money. I'm trying not to spend money, I'm trying to be sensible here. So, all right, sell my one, but, obviously you've got to sell it as faulty, and you just have to sell it with the box and that. So what then came up a few days later was this, which is Myth, and it's the free version that came with the Amiga 600. So I'm just going to basically stick this in my Myth big box. I've got the original discs, which I say two of them don't work. This has all 3 discs. I did think about trying to remove the labels and then stick the labels onto these ones, because it's this actually does say free with the 600 on these, but I thought that's just an unnecessary hardship to put on myself. It's going to be quite hard to remove those labels. You possibly, I think the only way you could really do it, are they laminated? Yeah, they're laminated, so I wouldn't be able to put my label remover on that because it wouldn't penetrate the paper. So what you'd have to do with that, or I'd imagine the best way to do that, is to actually heat the label with something like a hairdryer or something like that, and then try and, as the glue becomes, sticky again rather than set, remove the label. Now, doing that, you may damage the disc. I don't know. I just thought it was a lot of hassle. So I'm just going to stick this in with the big box original. So and I have a working version of Myth on things. So now I've got Myth working on CD32 and on Amiga big box. So even though I've got a little box version of the discs. So yeah, I was a little bit annoyed with that, but I think this costs about £8 for this small box version, which Myth goes. Even the budget release was like nearly £20. The big box release is 30 to 50, sometimes more. So to get it fixed for £8 is okay. But yeah, I want all my sort of games to be working, at least at the point that I've got them, So otherwise, I know it's a lot of my collecting is about the aesthetics of having the boxes and having the artwork, and that, but also it's nice if they're working, isn't it? So it's a bit disheartening if you've got games and they don't work. So yeah, that's that one. And the next one is one that if I'm just trying to get everything off of it so I can show it to you, is one that I ordered some time ago. Actually, it's come out pretty quickly, actually. Yeah, I ordered it some time ago, probably a month ago, maybe a little bit less. And to be honest, when I seen this was coming out, as Game Chasers say, I knew I had to have it. Cindy Steve's got one of these as well, and it is the infamous Afterburner. Absolutely fantastic. I haven't opened it yet. I just got it, I thought that this would be one of the ones that would sell out, and then you got to pay ridiculous money to try and pick it up. But to me, Afterburner is such a great soundtrack. It's up there in the top 10, isn't it? For soundtracks of arcades and video games. And you've obviously got the original arcade versions, and then the SST band, which is I believe it's a Sega band that tours and does the music live, which is quite crazy, isn't it? But yeah, what great music! Afterburner and Afterburner 2. I even had the new version on the PS3, Afterburner. I can't think of what it's called now. Afterburner something it's called. But then when you can have the new music or this music, you have this music on. So it gets you pumped up, and you think you're blooming Tom Cruise in Top Gun. So you're going along there and you're fighting, and it's such great music, and I can't wait to hear it digitally remastered. I've still got to get myself a nice record deck. I want to get a decent one. But like I say, at the moment, rather than spending money, we are trying to make money by selling stuff that we don't need. So we're whittling down the collection, not whittling it down. Doubles and trebles aren't needed, are they? You could get the nicest one, and then you keep the nicest one, and then you sell your double or your treble. The thing with me is I will not sell a game that is not tested and I don't know is working. I find on eBay it's better to be honest with people and point out all of the faults, and then there's no real comeback from that. Honesty is the best policy. I know when I've bought a lot of my Amiga games, I've bought them as untested, and sometimes you clean them up, like you say with the cleaning of the disc, and you can bring them back to life, and that's fantastic. But I believe if I could get a game and it was a slightly higher price, but I knew it worked 100%, I would be more inclined to buy it and paying that little bit extra. So that's why, some of the sites that charge a little bit more, but they're of high quality, cleaned and tested. So a lot of times you can get games cheaper, but they aren't tested. A lot of with this old media, it is it is subject to fail because of the age of it, the storage. To be honest, I've been pretty lucky with my Spectrum Plus 3 stuff. Not much stuff has failed. A little bit gutted because one of my boxed Rainbow Islands discs that I bought, and I actually bought a whole Plus 3 to get this disc as well, didn't work. It's like there's nothing on the disc. I've tried cleaning it. It doesn't work, which is annoying because I bought a Rainbow Islands disc that didn't work, cleaned it up and sold that working. So, but I have 2 boxes Rainbow Islands, so I got 2 box variants, but only one of my discs work. But it does work every time straight out of the box, and I've also got some backups on my multi-face 3 as well. So I'm not losing out, but it'd have been nice to have the 2 working discs in the 2 box variants, which would have been nice to have. But I have the game, so I'm not losing out. So, all right, YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're trying to smash the 100 subscribers barrier. It seems to be my sort of kryptonite, this 100 mark. We go up to 97, then we go back down. Sorry, not 97. We go up to like 87, then up to 90, then back down to 84, and I think I'm back down to 89 at the moment. So it's proving very hard to sort of get beyond 100 subs. It's a very good milestone for me, starting out. I don't think we've even been going a year, not properly yet. So I've done about 117, maybe 120 videos. So seeing as I'm not on any social media, people either stumble on my channel or it gets recommended by another channel. I think we're doing quite well. Seeing as we're, like I say, not on Facebook, we're not on Twitch, we're not on Twitter. So we're old school, we're going out like we're still in the 90s. But is that a bad thing? I think gaming and everything was better in the 90s. We have so much better games. There's so much more time and effort put into the games. They didn't sort of, make these so-called like film-looking games that got no playability. They actually, the games played fantastically. So, so we're going to be doing a lot more. I'm going to be doing another, I believe we can find it. My good arcade Spectrum conversions, inspired by Burnt Out Culture and his Arcade versus Spectrum series. If you haven't seen Arcade versus Spectrum, please go along to his channel and have a look. Very, very great nostalgic videos. Also been watching a lot of our fellow Bristolian Lawn Boy 1975, older Dave, the home of Dave. He's been doing a lot of Spectrum arcade stuff and memories of the arcades. So I think I'll be doing a little bit of a talk about when I was growing up, and my mum used to sort of take me out on little day trips and holidays and things, and where I used to get to play arcades. Because when I was younger, I didn't actually have a computer for a long time. I used to pester my friends' mum and dads by going round their houses and basically finish school, go and play their computers till tea time, come back home, have some tea, and then go back up until I was kicked out, and then I'd go home, and like I say, sorry to many of my friends' families. I'm sure they thought they somewhere along the line had some extra children they didn't realise they had. So until I actually got a computer of my own. And like I say, my mum used to take me out on the buses. She didn't drive. There'd be a little adventure. We'd get on the bus and go to Western or go to all these different areas, even areas I didn't even know the names of. And we'd go in the arcades, and she'd give me some money, and I'd play the arcades. It was fantastic. It was really, really good little adventures that sort of made me the sort of gamer that I am today, I suppose. So that'll be an up and coming video. So yeah, Spectrum, some more Spectrum love, some more Amiga love. Having a bit of incompatibility issues with my 1200. A lot of stuff seems not to work. When I had my 1200 back in the day, I remember everything working. It might be like 1 or 2% of games not working. Now, I'm not sure if this is because of, the drive seems okay, actually. I've bought a replacement drive. Oh, that's the point. I've got, I haven't opened it, but I'll open it now. I'll try and keep my address off. Here you go, burnt out culture. Right, I'll open it. Sydney Steve put me onto these. If I try and move this so I don't damage this record, because that'd be devastating if I damaged it before actually getting to listen to it. So put that back in. Hang on. Right, so that's that. Yeah, Sydney Steve put me onto these. There's a company called Amiga Kit. And I thought my drive needed replacing. And Sydney Steve said, go to Amiga Kit. They do replacement drives. I got a feeling these are either new PC drives or they are reconditioned PC drives. Sydney Steve says his fitted in his Amiga sound. It fitted like a glove, went in no problems at all. I don't think he had to do any sort of reconstructive cut-in or anything like that. So if I don't even open it, I just had it sat on the side, but I know Burnt Out Culture's going through some problems with his drives. He's just replaced the one on his ST, and this is my one from Amiga Tech. So Amiga Kit, sorry, I'm getting the name wrong now. Yeah, I'm going to be going for Amiga Tech, and it's Amiga Kit. Now I believe that this was 1990, I think, and then £19.90, and then like £3 or £4 delivery. So I think it's £24 delivered or whatever. So here you have. It's very, very well packaged. Like I say, you can see it's a drive from amigakit.com. If I just try and take it out, show you a bit closer. And like I say, the only thing with these is it has a black eject button. Now, I think that's not too hard to take out and replace with your original Amiga eject button. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that one. So, but look at this. It's, they're really nice and clean. Steve says his one runs absolutely fantastically. Quality assurance tested and accepted. You see the date on there. There's the people if you want to go and get them. And obviously you just take your old one out and slot this one in. And Steve says his one runs like a dream. It's silky smooth. Sounds like brand new. So I'm not sure if these are brand new PC drives or if they are reconditioned PC drives. But they've been reconstructed to work with the Amiga, as far as I'm aware. But they're supposed to work, slot in, and work fantastically. So, Burnt Out Culture, if you're looking for your drive, I think this is your best option and probably your cheapest option. So, like I say, at that sort of money, the condition, you can't really go wrong. Like I say, the only thing wrong with it is the black eject button. But I think you can unslot it and put your white one from your white drive on. I'm not 100% sure though, so don't quote me on that. But it's well worth the look. So it's certainly a fantastic price, £24 delivered, like a brand new drive. So, okay, YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's see if we can get over that 100 subscribers mark. So, if you know anyone who doesn't know me channel, give me a suggestion. Say, have you seen Big Mike's channel? Without further ado, retro. See if we can share my channel with a few people. See if we can get that over the 100 subscribers. We'll see you in the next one. I'll probably might be doing a playthrough of Target Renegade as well. I've been perfecting my Target Renegade playing, so I'm pretty down, and I'm pretty sure I can get through on a one life on Target Renegade now. So I might do a Target Renegade playthrough because it's a fantastic game. Got another idea for a video involving Target Renegade. It's pretty crazy, but I like the idea of the video anyway. So, alright YouTube, like, comment, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next one. Take it easy. Cheers. Just another quick one. That was one I forgot. I actually managed to pick up these as well. So, Another World discs. I think these cost me about a £5. Therefore, my boxed incomplete one, I now have both discs. So I now have Another World big box complete, which is fantastic to put that together. Like I said, I can't remember what I paid originally. It was less than £20, £5 for these discs, and Another World now is fetching well over sort of £40 to £50. It's crazy. Some people are trying to get £100 for it. So yeah, so that was another great one to add to the collection. Cheers.